that you really need to check out. You want a great coffee table book? This is the answer right here.
Well, thanks so much.
So explain the book, The Grassroots Baseball, Where Legend Begins. And there's just phenomenal photos throughout the book.
So thanks so much. As I was shooting Major League Baseball and professional baseball for my job, I always took time to shoot the amateur game, the grassroots game. And this is a collection of those images, 15 chapters around the world, 8 in the U.S., 7 outside the U.S., and each chapter opens with a legend, a Hall of Famer who tells his story about growing up, his early years of playing baseball from that region. Guys like Rickey Henderson here in Oakland, Cal Ripken Jr. for Aberdeen, who also wrote the introduction. We've got for the Dominican Republic, Vladimir Guerrero. And for Puerto Rico, Pudge Rodriguez and Ichiro Suzuki, not a Hall of Famer yet, from Japan.
I'm going out on a limb, Gene. Yeah. He will be a Hall of Famer.
I think so.
I'm going with a hunch.
Yeah.
And a special chapter of Mobile, Alabama with Hank Aaron. Tells a wonderful story of growing up there, playing baseball during a very difficult time. And just wonderful stories, just fun stories. Rickey stories, incredibly entertaining, as you can only imagine.
Rickey entertaining?
Yeah,
I can't
just
picture that.
Bit, yeah.
Aaron Judge a liner to left, and the Yankees have a leadoff single here in the 6th. So here's some pictures from your book that we have. And this is from the Oakland section, and there's Rickey Henderson.
Yeah, that was the day that they renamed the Rickey Henderson Field. That was a great one. And these photos are from Oakland Little League, the same place where Rickey played, Bushrod Little League, many years ago. And also his high school, Oakland Tech High School, is represented in this chapter. So it's just a fun, all levels of baseball throughout in New York. There's kids playing stickball. Whitey Ford opens the New York chapter and tells an incredible story of playing back in the day for Yankee Stadium and having enough money after the World Series to buy a ring for his wife. And just entertaining and fun stories throughout.
You could buy a lot of rings at today's World Series shares.
D.D. Gregorius, the batters, Jean Fruth with us here. And again, her book, if you want to pick it up, and you're going to be on hand this weekend, right?
Yes, I'll be here on Sunday from 11 to 1 at Gate D signing books. So you'll get an author signed copy. All the proceeds are going to the Oakland A's Community Foundation.
That's awesome.
And then after that, we'll be in section 216 outside of Shibe Tavern.
Foul ball off the bat of Gregorius. And what was the motivation to do this book? Where did the interest to publish something like this come from?
After I was working with the Baseball Hall of Fame, I was the traveling photographer for 4 years. And as I worked there, I got to know the Hall of Famers and hear their stories. I thought how great it would be to pair these images that really no one's seen, all these amateur baseball images, and pair them with these Hall of Famers. And their stories are just so incredible. I mean, Tony Perez, like leaving Cuba and coming to the United States for the first time. Hensley Mullins, the first baseball player, the first Major League Baseball player from Curacao, and his incredible story. And it's just, there's so many, you know, that people haven't heard, the younger days of these Hall of Famers. And then photos of the kids just giving them hope and saying, you know, you really can be from any place and make it to the major leagues and all the way to the Hall of Fame.
Do you have a favorite memory or a story from when you were putting this book together?
I have quite a few of them.
We have plenty of time while we wait for this fly ball to come down.
Yeah, it was a very long one. There we go. I'd say the Hank Aaron, the Mobile, Alabama chapter is one of my favorites. There's 5 Hall of Famers from Mobile, Alabama, and it's a cultural chapter of the book. It really just shows what was there before, what's there now, and Hank Aaron's story is really just, it's so special, and what he had to overcome in the height of racism and playing for the Mobile Black Bears and then, you know, into the major leagues. It's just a very special story, and there's a lot of photos, and including his childhood house is in the chapter. And there's 4 high schools from Mobile, Alabama, 4 high school baseball teams that posed on his childhood house for this shot. It's pretty special.
Cleanup batter Gio Urshela is up.
What about the Sunday for the celebration of the anniversary, the 30th anniversary of the A's winning in 1989? You have a special date. Is that supposed to be told?
Well, no, I'm
Uh-oh, you breaking news here, Ray?
Well, I mean, these players are coming in. It's going to be nice for them to see this book. You know, that would be nice.
So all the players who are coming in are getting a copy of the book. So that is correct.
So I didn't want to bring
You
that.
spilled the beans, Ray.
That's okay. Maybe
We can't tell you. We can't take you
it's coming
anywhere.
your way.
That's right. I mean, they should be proud to get that because it's, you know, the Rickey Henderson Field. But yeah, it's pretty special that the players are going to benefit from that.
Juan Marichal, you know, for the San Francisco Giants, he tells a great story. He represents the Caribbean Series chapter, which is just fun. And baseball looks different in different places, and that's what this book is about. I mean, it doesn't look the same when you're in Cuba and you're in the Dominican Republic, or you're in Texas or Mobile, Alabama, or Cape Cod League. It's, you know, culture is different. Baseball looks different in Japan, as we all know. So I'm excited, you know, to share the book and for people to see it, and hopefully people will come by on Sunday.
What was the response from people like Ricky, like Vlad Guerrero, Hank Aaron, when you approached them about this?
Well, Ricky was the first one I approached. It was spring training 2 years ago, and I told him my idea and what I'd like to do, and he went right into a story of Bushrod Little League. And he said, I didn't really want to play baseball. I wanted to play football. I wanted to be a football player. I wanted to play for the Oakland Raiders. He said, my mother pushed me to play baseball.
That's right.
And she had the coach come to my house and pick me up so that I would go and play Little League. And he said, in the back seat of the car, waiting for me, was a glazed donut and a hot chocolate. So how fun. And he said, okay, I'll play baseball with glazed donut and a hot chocolate each time. So that was his early...
That's all it took. That was all the motivation he needed.
I think it started with that. And I think he got some money for home runs after a while. So he definitely... tells entertaining stories. And of course, Oakland Tech, where he met his wife Pam, and she kept score. No, she kept stats for football, and that's how the two of them connected. So it's.
Well, he could have been an athlete in any sport that he wanted to play.
Very
He could
true.
still play.
I think the Raiders could still use him.
Well,
Not on the field tonight they allegedly were playing on because there was issues north of the border where the Raiders were trying to play.
Ricky was upset he didn't see his number up at Mount Davis. That they took the tarps down for the weekend series, and I keep telling him to take the number down and put it on your back and play again. You can still come back and make it, you know.
Well, he's
No
got
doubt.
two numbers they could put up there, right? 24 and 35.
Yeah, he could come back and play.
Gary Sanchez, a fly ball to center. Mark Canha coming in. Gene, thank you so much. Again, Sunday they can find you where?
Section 217 during the game, and before the game, Gate D.
Awesome book. Pick it up, please. It is a great reader, great looking book for your coffee table. A's a 5-1 lead to the home sixth.